Hey everyone, welcome back. So we got a new game that was sent in, and so we're going to take a look at it. And this one, some background on it. Our player that sent this in is the Black Pieces, and this is from a 30-minute rapid game on chess.com. I like it when we get longer time frames because then I know that these moves are really being thought about and they're not just being blitzed out. You know, they're actually thinking for a few seconds before playing it, and so there's thought going behind it. Another thing is this was a loss to the player who sent in the game, which is a brave thing to do to send in a loss, and it's also better for you actually. If you send in a game that you lost, you can learn more from the games that you lose as opposed to the games that you win. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at it. So the player that sent this in also mentioned in their notes that they feel that they have trouble playing the openings as the Black Pieces, but as I was going through this one, I said seems like they actually played very well. Like, all the moves seem very logical. Like let's take a look. So knight c6 here. Again, no problem there. I feel that the move that the white pieces made, though, blocked in their bishop. Their second move. Bishop e3, knight f3. See, very good. And they were saying that they don't feel comfortable playing openings and want suggestions, but yet, so far, all of these moves, again, d5, logical, hitting the center. All of this makes perfect sense. And look, we're just developing our pieces as the Black Pieces. Now we castle. And so all of this so far, perfect play. I have no improvements here, really, that I can really say. The only real improvement comes here on move 9. a5 I feel plays off to the side. You know, we want to be playing in the center of the board. So maybe instead of a5, maybe rook d8. You know, you just say, well, I'm on this nice center file. It's semi-open. b5 again, same kind of idea. I'm thinking the pawn on b5, we want to be playing in the center again. So still the idea of rook d8. So let's keep going through. Okay, right here, let's see here. So the white pieces actually could go ahead and take on b5 because this knight on c6 is undefended. Okay, knight takes. a3. And here we have a opportunity for a Zwischenzug. This has been a recent tactic that's been popping up in a lot of games I've been looking at. I even made a video about the Zwischenzug tactic, which I recommend if you are unfamiliar with that word Zwischenzug, the in-between move idea. The idea is, okay, so in the game, queen takes is played, but you can actually take on e2 with check, and the idea is that after something like queen takes, then you take this knight and you're up material. And so you have an opportunity to win a piece there. Okay, you know, being up material is always nice. Okay, let's continue on with the game. Okay, and right here, the white pieces have a tactical opportunity that's missed for bishop to c4. As you can see, there's a lot of pieces on this light diagonal here, so a move like bishop c4 will be very, very strong for the white pieces. In the game, knight to d4 is played, queen b6. And let's go through. And one of the things that I see most happening that decides the wins and games that are about the rating level of these players is the tactics that are used. Like that's the main thing. Is if you win a piece or something, that's usually what decides the outcome of the game is the tactics, and also the leaving pieces hanging, because this knight is undefended here in the center of the board and can just be captured. If you can stop making moves like that leave the pieces hanging, then your rating is going to soar up. Okay, so avoiding the exchange of queens, because, you know, you want to avoid exchanges when you're up material. When you're down material. I said that backwards. Okay. And let's keep going through here. There's a move I wanted to get to. I believe right here. Okay, f3. f3 is good, and that's one of the top moves here. One other possibility, and this is one thing that I like, is queen takes on b2 with the idea that you're just trying to create a little bit of confusion back here. You're taking this pawn, you're threatening the rook, and maybe you're like creating a little bit of disruption. And you're also winning a pawn, so that's nice too. Okay, rook takes c8, rook takes... Okay, and so right here, although the black pieces are down a little bit of material, the one thing you can say is right here you can create a little bit of trouble in a practical way for the king here, because this king is not as well shielded as he could be. You know, there's not many pawns in front of him. This rook has reached the second rank, and it can be a little bit troublesome to defend this. Well, you know, even being up the material, it's still not you know, clear how you're going to deal with those threats. You know, and this rook is very active, by the way. And let's see here. So I don't think that it should be sacrificed for the bishop, because again, the rook is more. You know, we know the rook is of a higher value, and also this rook is very powerful here, whereas this bishop is kind of shooting off into empty space. It is, you know, definitely helping to shield the king, but that's exactly the point. Is it's not serving a defensive purpose, whereas this rook is serving an active purpose and is more valuable. All right. This move I just don't understand at all. I'm not going to try to figure out why they would play queen to e4. By all accounts, it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. And in this position, the black pieces should just be winning, because the rook and knight are not really much of a match. And the queen's just so powerful on an open board when there's lots of spaces that she can move to. And also on top of that, we can't forget about this passed pawn that can be marched. And queens can help, you know, the pawns to march pretty easily. Okay, and again, as I was mentioning, the biggest deciding factor is usually the tactics, right? Knight g6, working the king and queen. And then here, you know, the game's pretty much over, because it's pretty over. Let's just say that. But yeah, as I was mentioning, the main real takeaways are, one, don't feel bad about your opening play. The opening play was very logical to me, all until, you know, when a5 was played. The tactics are what I would really think about is a major thing to work on, because that was really what decided this game. That was what led to the advantage, and then also led to the disadvantage. So that's kind of the number one thing that I would take away from this game, is improve your tactics. Alright, so that's going to be it for this game. This was an interesting one. Again, I'm going to commend you for sending in the loss, which will help you progress more and help you learn. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for sending the game, see you next time.